Okay.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. First things first, we always check whether you can see me, which I can see me, so that's good. And let's see. Oh, and we have sound. Yay! So 2 pluses right off the bat. It's Thursday night. It is November 3rd. Thank you, Mom. So November 3rd.
70 degrees outside.
Oh, geez. It's actually warm here in Wisconsin. I mean, it's November here. Normally it's not 70, but I think it got up to 70 today in Wisconsin for November, which is great. Of course, I was inside all day because you know what today was? Today, besides being Thursday, usually we ship our kits on Thursdays. So today we were busy little bees shipping the Get Well Craft Along kit, which is November 12th. And then we also shipped the Fun Time Thursday fall card kit. We shipped those together. If, hopefully, I think I got everybody, meshed up and shipped them together.
And so, I didn't have a thing to do with it.
Yeah, and Mom was at Costco today. So
anybody want to learn about?
She was having more fun today than we were having. Although, yeah, we got all the kits shipped today.
That's hard.
Yeah, that kept us pretty busy for most of the day. So I didn't get a whole lot of time to play around with what I'm doing tonight. So I am doing vellum tonight, and I do not use vellum a lot. So I'm not claiming to be an expert. I don't know everything. If you have any tips, feel free to interject. But vellum, the 29-pound vellum was out of stock since January. And so I took it off the website. Then we were informed that it was discontinued. Okay, well, in the meantime, we ran out of our 48-pound vellum, which is the heavyweight. Ordered it. It was back ordered. Then we ran out of the 36-pound. Ordered it. Back ordered. And then we found, and those we all get from the Curious Mill. So then we found out that the Curious Mill closed. So yeah, then we have no vellum and we have no source. So we did pick up some vellum from where we originally got it, which was the brand, the Glama brand. So it's called Glama Natural. So we do have that now again in the 29-pound and the 48, and it just came in this week. So yay, we have vellum back. Just in the 2 weights though, not the 3, but I think they're sufficient for whatever you want to do. So that's what we're doing tonight. Let's go down to the table though. I'm going to share hang on a second, I'm going to share a couple cards with you. So in the fall card, I still don't have my 3rd fall card done because I gave that card away and I still have to do it, and this one's still not colored. But in the Fun Time Thursday, we're doing the flip card. Flip it, it's so much fun. I just like doing it. But yeah, that will get colored. The pattern paper is going to vary because I didn't have enough of this pattern paper, so the pattern paper may vary. And then we have this alcohol ink card. So for this Fun Time Thursday, you will need some alcohol inks, any type of fall colors, some markers, some brushes, and autumn color for brush blending. And the other one is a semi-funky fold accordion that you'll have coloring and brush blending and folding, and we're going to have fun next Thursday. So that's our Fun Time Thursday next week. Oh, there's I think 2 kits that did not ship, orders that came in today. And then there's also 1 order, Jean, that we're adding on to your order. So that one's going to go on Monday. But Jean, you live close, so you will get it in time. Our Get Well Craft Along is in Crafter's Classroom on Saturday, November 12th, my birthday. And we're doing a magic card. Circle window magic card, which is new for us. I don't have it on the website yet, but I will be getting it on there. Then we have a shaker card. That's kind of fun. And then this is the last card, which I did give you another sheep in case you're not a dog person, because it says, well, at least you don't have to wear a cone. So if you're not a dog person, you do get an image of a sheep, and you get another image from the sheep set that you can do in place of these. So, but anyways, those are our 3 Get Well cards for that craft along. So let's go on to vellum, which again, you might know more than me. So
the teacher would like to learn from, you can be my teacher. But we have two different weights. We have the heavy weight, which is the 48 pound, and we have the 29 pound. So I just wanted to put them down. This is a printed snowman, just so you could see the difference in, you know, how translucent they are. You can see a little, you can still see through the 48 pound. The 29 pound is a little bit more translucent than the 48 pound, but there's your full image and your two different vellums. So just wanted to give you a point of reference for how translucent they are. So we are going to do, and so yes, we have the heavyweight, the 48 pound in stock now, and the 29 pound. And I'm pretty sure I got everything activated on the website. But we are going to work on embossing, both heat and dry embossing with an embossing folder. I'm going to emboss on both. I mean, I do recommend the 48 pound, and you can see the 48 pound on this green background looks a little bit whiter than the 29. You can see the distinct difference between the 29 pound and the 48 pound. But I'm going to emboss on both. I do think this one doesn't curl as much, but we're just going to do both just so you can see embossing on both of them and how they work. Of course, I'm using a Mega Mount from Impression Obsession, and I am going to use actually one of them I was going to do white embossing powder, so hang on, we're going to do this one in gold.
And Melinda has posted links to all those things. Thanks,
Okay,
Melinda.
good. Yep, Melinda's on it for posting links. Thank you. We appreciate that. Mom tries to beat you sometimes.
Yeah, but I've given up, Melinda.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, she says go for
Thank
it.
you.
She's working on like an ancient surface.
Surface, yeah.
So, it's stuck, which it does when I use.
Just wait. Sooner or later, I'm going to get a new computer here, and then we're going to have a race.
So,
oh my
this
gosh,
is,
mine
I
are-
used the Encore. Now, these inks are discontinued, I've heard. I love them, though, for embossing. So, I have re-inkers, and I'm just going to keep using mine until I cannot get one more drop of ink out of them. So, and let's just give it a tap on the back over my garbage can. Get excess powder off, and let's go ahead and emboss. So I do like to heat my heat tool up away from what I'm doing, and then go on to my project.
Hey, that puppy dog is here, and she's just laying there.
The puppy's here because we're waiting for my daughter. So there might be a slight brief interruption when she comes in to get her puppy. Oh, yeah. Larry just made a smooch, but that's okay. I'm just going to cut this up. So do keep it moving, because vellum, this is the lighter weight one, but vellum will burn and curl if you keep the heat on it too long. See, it will do that. Now I did that on purpose, just so you could see. That was the 29 pound. So the 48 pound will not do that as much, but you still do want to keep it moving around. I bet I can do it, if I hold the heat on the 48 pound, I bet I could get it to do that also.
Say, Sarah,
Yes.
Penny wants to ask, do you still have the Crafters Classroom and other kits, or are you out? Her laptop died.
Oh, yes, we still do have them. They are online. I only have a few of the Crafters Classroom left, and I have a couple of the fall left. So not a ton. I still have 2 orders to fill tomorrow, and I'll get those shipped out. Those orders just came in today. But yeah, we still do have them left. The Get Well was not my best-selling kit, but that's okay. Oops, see, I did it. I held it on there too long, and that's what will happen with vellum if you hold it on there too long.
And it's got a fire.
So see how that wrinkled up right there? And it just went that quick. Boom. So, but I did miss a little area over here. So yes, definitely keep your heat tool moving because you saw how quick that happened. So I am going to use this later on, but I do want to emboss something on the 29 pound if I can. You know, it is a lot thinner, so your chances of that happening are greater. And I wanted to get out a stamp. Hang on, I forgot to do that before we started. Let me get one of the little lambs out because I want to show you just, or what was that? Oh, I did get out a stamp. I just can't remember where I put it. Oh, well. Yeah, I had a different stamp out here that I was going to use.
Did you eat the stamp?
And I was going to emboss.
Did you eat the stamp?
But hang on, let me do one of the lambs. Just because I want to show you coloring behind the vellum. So. If I can get it to emboss without shriveling up, because yeah, the 48 pound is better for heat embossing, definitely. So we'll see if we can get this one to emboss. Yeah, I had a stamp. I had a floral stamp, because I was going to color behind the flower. Okay, so yes, definitely be careful on the 29 pound. And this is just embossed in white. And yeah, our old 29 pounds seem to curl a little bit more. This is a different brand, and like I said, it just came in, and I was busy shipping your kits today, so I did not get a whole lot of time to play with it. So this one did not even, get all wavy like our other one did. Or maybe I was just gentler with it. Anyways.
Mamacita is here to get the puppycita.
Winnie's mommy's here, so Winnie's going bye. Bye, Winnie. Bye, Leah.
Bye, Leah. Bye, Winnie.
Anyways, for coloring, you can color. Copic markers work good. But you can color from the back because then you don't have to worry about the lines and such. So when I'm coloring from the back, you can color right over your lines, because the embossed line is going to cover up your coloring. Copics work good for coloring, but see, then you can get some color. It's a little bit more muted. Let me get a white piece of paper behind it. So yeah, then we have our coloring.
Cheryl Dunn said heat on both sides keeps the tool moving.
If you, sometimes you can heat from the front and you can heat from the back.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that you can do. But yeah, you can color from the back, and then you don't have to worry about, you can be a sloppier colorer if you're coloring from the back. Like you can't even see the gray. So we'll see if the gray even shows up when I put it on the white. Nope, the gray doesn't really show up, so I need a darker gray. So yeah, you might need to go a shade darker than what you would normally go if you're coloring, just to get it, because it will mute through the vellum. So yeah, go a shade darker. So anyways, I'm not going to color that whole guy. I'm not using him. I just wanted to show you that embossing on the front and then coloring from the back is a good tip for coloring vellum. So, but let's put that guy away. I am going to use this one, and I'm going to make a card, and then we're going to go on to heat embossing. Or this is heat embossing. We're going to go on to embossing with our embossing folders. So, but I did pull a mini slimline card, and I did work with my mini slimline.
Melinda uses Tombow markers and colored pencils.
I haven't used colored pencils. So yeah, those work great. I don't actually have, I had Tombow markers from years ago, and I don't have well, actually, Tombows, I don't know if they have re-inkers. But then I graduated to Copics, and that's all I pretty much use.
Okay, I might have some Tombow in my.
I have a whole bunch of Marvy brush markers in my stamp room, but they all dried up. And I have a few Tombows, but I didn't check them. So this, I cut out a frame. So I did semi-plan this one. I didn't put it together, but I was like, let's see if this works. But I did take our mini slimline stitched frame, and I kind of taped 2 of them together so I could make a little frame. So, and I'm going to use that to attach our vellum to. Now, I said that I was going to do an experiment with adhesive, and I'm still going to do that. I just did not get there this week. So, next week we will, oh, actually, crap, we can't do that. Next week, Thursday, we have our Fun Time Thursday, so I can't even do that then. That's what I was going to do. I was going to do the adhesive next week. But we will do that the week after. I'll get it started next week for Fun Time Thursday, and then we'll do it after that. So I have to cut off, let's cut off where I embossed it too much. I'm just going to cut this slightly smaller than my frame, because then I'm going to layer that, because I'm going to check out different adhesives for vellum. So they used to make a vellum tape. It was okay. I wouldn't say that it was foolproof. So I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't bought adhesives very much. So I am going to check out all kinds of adhesives and see what we can get to work on what. But yeah, if there's a vellum adhesive out there that anybody uses, let us know. So I typically use my ATG. So I'm going to mount that to my frame so I can pop it up on my card.
Does the paper cutter need a replacement blade?
I have replaced my blades in my cutters, not that often though. I just use them mostly on Thursday nights and in the classroom. So they do make replacement blades for the cutters. And before I had a really nice cutter that my mom gave me.
I had 2 of those suckers there.
I know, I have one in my car that I have to bring in for Becky to use.
That's true.
Anyways, but yes, you do need to occasionally replace your blades on your cutters, and your paper will start to get jig-jaggy as you're cutting, and then you'll know it's time to replace it.
Sarah, Ronald says as long as you cover up what you are adhering, you can use anything.
Yeah, as long as you're covering it up. Yeah,
okay.
Like I'm doing. It's just if you want to attach a piece of vellum, like as a strip right here, then well, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's use our ATG tape. So just say I want to use this as a solid piece on a piece of cardstock, which I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of cardstock.
Penny says there's vellum tape runner that she used to use when she went to her scrapbook store.
So,
and then Melinda uses Xyron to glue down her stuff.
So just now I did my ATG, and you really can't see the tape behind there. So that's actually pretty good. This is the 48 pound though. So actually, let me get the 29 pound, and I'm going to check a piece of that without any embossing on it. We'll see what that looks like.
Yeah, I can remember.
There used to be a 3M vellum tape because we sold a gob of it. See, you can't see it probably, but I can see my adhesive behind this one. So behind the 29 pound, I can see my adhesive more than I can see it behind the 48 pound. But again, remember, the 48 pound was a little bit whiter. So there's a difference between the two, at least on this green paper. On the white paper, you could see a little bit of a difference, but not as much. So yes, you can see that adhesive, at least the ATG, behind when you just attach it flat. So anyways, I'll get some different adhesives. We'll check them out for metallic papers, sparkly papers, all kinds of different papers, and we'll see what we can figure out. So I did pull
Photo
some-
spray works well on vellum.
Cool. Okay.
Cheryl Dunn says. She said, and a splatter box to catch the excess spray.
So
but once a piece is placed, cannot move the pieces around.
I bet.
Yeah. Thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah. So here, if I'm going to layer it on top of a gold piece, you can see the difference between layering it right on top of the white piece. Okay. So if you want a gold border around it, like if I wanted a darker border around it, I would need to put a piece of white down there if I liked the brightness compared to the darkness. See the difference between when you layer it on a dark piece versus the white piece? So I am going to put my white piece down because I wanted it a little bit brighter. But first I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to be a go for it kind of gal, which you guys know that I do that a lot. Okay, now my white piece I'm just going to stick down, and then I'm going to use foam tape on my vellum just to give it a little lift and a little dimension. So yeah, tips on what you use are great, because then everybody can look back at them and be like, oh, maybe I'm going to try that.
Marion Phillips says she uses dot adhesive, shows a little less.
Okay.
How do sticky specs work with vellum?
I don't know, which I will try that.
Okay.
I don't have sticky specs. I have our micro dot adhesive, but I do have some of that, so I'll try that in just a minute. But here I'm going to hide my adhesive by putting it behind my border of my frame. But yeah, hang on a second and I'll get out my micro dot adhesive and we'll try that. But that's what this is kind of all about. We're going to learn together. And vellum is something that I normally would not use. But since it just came in, I'm like, huh. Well, and I did see one card that I was like, I think we can do that. I saw it on a Jennifer McGuire thing, which we're going to emboss the vellum.
How is the micro dot adhesive different from sticky specs, Sarah?
I had some sticky specs and I had trouble working with them. I actually have some. Before I had the micro dot adhesive, I actually almost think they're too sticky. Sometimes I found it hard to pull up my piece, what was sticking from the sticky specs after it was on the sticky specs. So I just found it hard to pull the piece up.
Deb Eastwood, you like what better? The sticky specs or the micro dot adhesive?
Okay. So
They are way too sticky, said Ronald Lee.
yeah, I found them way too sticky too.
Micro dot adhesive is way better. Don O'Hara.
Yeah, I have some, and I've actually had them in my room when my photo area was in a different area, and I had longer to go to get stuff. I grabbed the sticky specs, and I was just like, I can't do it because they were too much.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so actually, I don't know which way music notes go. Some go up and some go down, so I don't know which is the right way.
Don't ask
So
me.
this might be wrong. So I did die cut out some little guys, little carolers that I like from Impression Obsession. So I did die cut out these guys, and I am just going to attach them on the bottom with foam tape. But I thought those were very nice. So we're going to put foam tape on the bottom of them, and I can put regular adhesive on the top.
Yeah, Marion, you're right. Probably good to have both because they each probably work for different things.
The sticky specs and the...
Yep. But the consensus is the microdot is much
easier
more,
to work with.
Yes, much more
User
forgiving.
friendly.
Yep. From a distance, Sarah, that looks perfect.
Oops, I forgot some adhesive up here. So, and then I do want to get on to my next card, which is embossing with the embossing folder with vellum. So the one thing that I did not do in October, which I have to get on because it's November 3rd, is my recap email. I did not forget about that, and I'm not abandoning it. It's just we were busy shipping warehouse sale orders at the beginning of October, so and we did so much in October that I didn't do it. So, but I am going back to it. I'm not ignoring it or abandoning it because I know a lot of you liked it. Oh, my Noel. I don't know that my Noel is going to fit on there. So I'm not going to attach it yet because I might actually do it in a different color. I might do it in, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Or maybe I won't put it on. I'll find something smaller to go right there. But anyways, that's our first vellum card with just embossing on our vellum.
Nice.
So let's go. I don't usually do this, but it's popping up a little bit. So I'm probably going to find a different word to go right down here. Did I not take the tape off of this little guy's legs? Nope, I didn't. No wonder why he wasn't sticking.
Nice card, Sarah.
Okay, so let's go on to embossing with embossing folders. Let's see. I had here's one embossing folder, but that's not the one I was going to use. Hang on a second. Talk to my mom. Don't give me away the...
Sarah said I could talk to you, but I can't give away the store. Oh, that's no fun. Well, all right. That's okay. So, everybody, do you have Costco shops at where you live? I'm just having a ball out there giving out samples. You can come to Appleton.
Come to Appleton and you can visit my mom.
Yeah, you can visit me at Costco. Hi, Deb Eastwood. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to hear from all of you.
Okay, so I'm going to emboss both with the 29 pound and the 48. I did not do 29 pound earlier.
Those people did come from Impression Obsessions, right? Those carolers.
Yes, the carolers were from Impression
Okay.
Obsession.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Melinda.
So I'm first going to start with the 29 pound. And again, this is a test because I didn't do it earlier.
Wendy Little, you have 3 Costcos in your area. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You can eat
My
all
embossing
day.
machine is behind me. The one thing that I do know is you don't want to emboss it too tight because it will rip it. So, and I just did not totally set up my machine before I started with you tonight. So let's see if we can get this going. Okay, so there is embossed the 29 pound. Let's go to the 48 pound, which this piece I'm actually going to do on a long piece. So this one I'm going to fold in half to make a steno card. And if I can get it to work, we will.
Does it help to spray it?
I have heard that spraying it. This one was fine. I did one earlier today and it was really tight. So, and this is the 48 pound, and when I did it with it being too tight, it did rip it. Okay, but I have heard spraying it helps. When I did it too loose, then part of my image did not emboss. The other thing that you can do is you can take a piece of text paper and just put it over the top and emboss into, so then it's going up and it's got a little cushion there. So, but I'm going to try it without that first. Maybe I shouldn't try it without that first. I should try it on a scrap piece instead of my good piece. But yes, I have heard spraying it too helps.
And heavier vellum is harder since it will sometimes crack or rip.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what I had happen earlier when now this is the 48 pound and it embossed just fine. I am going to use it, and this is the one thing I saw earlier. I saw the vellum used as a card base, which your 29 pound vellum is a little bit thin for that. But your 48 will work as long as you don't do it too much so it doesn't crack. What's so funny?
Barb Dykel says, come on, Sue, give us a special deal.
Yeah.
I'll try that, see what I can get away with, Barb.
I'm sure she'll have plenty of opportunities coming up.
Do you sell colored text paper, Sarah?
Colored text paper we have only in metallics, pretty much. Oh, I have to sneeze. Maybe. I felt one coming on.
Only in...
Metallic paper.
Only
There's
in-
metallic text weight. There's a few other text weights like milkweed, fossil, but in a multitude of colors, there is, oh, now I was embossing with this one earlier, so it's got a little bit of blue on it. Now, folding vellum. So, folding cardstock always depends on the grain. Like I just folded that and it's fine. And let me grab a piece of cardstock out from over here too. Okay, so cardstock has a grain to it. And it's hard to know which way the grain is. The easiest way to find out is if you fold it the wrong way. Like this one got a little jig-jaggy. So the grain on this one is going this way, and we folded it against the grain, and the paper doesn't like that. When you fold it with the grain is going this way, and you fold it the same way the grain is going, then it will fold much nicer. And you can test that on a piece of paper. And I have a nice, without scoring it, I have a really nice fold there. When you fold it with the grain. When you fold it against the grain, that's when you get a not so nice fold. This is only a piece of 65 pound paper, but when you get to heavier paper, you can see that much more. So anyways, just a little. And you should have the same with vellum
Oh,
too.
shoot,
Yep.
I just got off of it, everything.
Oh, so you do have the same with vellum. See, I folded it one way and I had a nice fold. I folded it the other way and it's a little rougher. Okay. Earlier, when I was going to score, I went and I got out my score pal and I used the handy dandy knife that comes with the score pal, and it like almost cut right through it. So I was like, okay, I found out that that doesn't work so swell. But I did take a stylus, the big end of a stylus, because it's more of a ball shaped, and that worked really nice for scoring my vellum with the score pal. So then I didn't get the cracking that I did with the sharper point from my score pal. And honestly, it took me forever to get a score pal. I actually, because we have scoring machines, so why do I need a score pal? But I did just get one from Linda at Valley Stamp and Scrap.
Oh, shoot, I had something in my back room.
Oh, well, I got one.
Okay.
My old-fashioned way of scoring was the ruler and the stylus. So this is how we used to do scoring before the score pal was a thing. So, anyways. So, this one, I'm pretty sure I can just fold it in half and it will fold fine. So with the heavier 48, it's not as heavy as cardstock. It's more like a 65 pound cardstock, but you could use it. And I did see this on a Jennifer McGuire thing where she used it as a folded card. Now they do make a 65 pound. Actually, our old mill made a 65 pound. I don't know if this new mill does. On her videos, she recommends a 40 pound. So this is a 48 pound, and it's a little bit heavier, sturdier for a card base. Now I do have my little snowman. This is the snowman we're using on the Crafter's Classroom, which in that one you do have to color it. So it is a very easy color. What time is it? Oh, I'm way past my time already.
Okay, I just let you go right ahead.
I'm just babbling away. But it is a pretty easy color on here. So as long as you're hanging with me, if you don't mind hanging with me, I'm just going to color my snowman, because you need to do this because I did not pre-color the snowman. So anyways, yeah, if you want to pre-color your snowman, that's why I was going to do this tonight, is because then you could pre-color yours. I did use blues on his hat. I don't think I used this exact one. But yeah, it's a pretty quick color. Oops, that one appears to be the same
Melinda,
color.
you're right. After scoring, fold with the bump to the inside. Right?
Right, fold with the bump to the inside.
As a sample server, do you have to taste the samples to make sure they are good? Yes.
I think no, she likes talking. That's her most favorite part, I bet, about it, is the talking with all the people and having fun.
Yeah, it's all about having fun. Oh my gosh. Spreading joy, education.
So yeah, if you do get the Crafter's Classroom one, you can go ahead and color the snowman. You want to make sure to color the cardstock piece. Do not do anything with the vellum piece, just color the cardstock piece. And you can go, rock on and do a lot more detail than I'm doing if you want, but you can make it a really quick color too.
If you write or stamp words inside the vellum card, does it show through?
Well, hang on, I'm going to show you how you can make it so it doesn't show through. We're going to cheat, or I'm going to give you a hack for what you do so it doesn't show through. And I'm just going to color the tree really quick. The tree is really, there's just these, so the tree's really easy. Don't spend a lot of time, just kind of, the branches are branches and they're not perfect.
So Tracy Zantz says she has 65 pound, but she hasn't opened it yet. Is it sturdier?
Yes, the 65 pound is sturdier. And that's what I would probably have pulled for a card base. We didn't really carry the 65 pound. We used to special order it in for somebody. And so I would have some half sheets here. And the 65 pound that we used to get came from the Curious Mill, which is now closed. So, like I said, I don't think I saw a 65 pound. Oops. What happened to my yellow marker? Okay.
What's my favorite thing to sample? They want to know. Veggie chocolate muffins.
Oh.
Zucchini. They're made with zucchini and carrots. And yum. They're really good. So I eat those with my egg frittata egg white frittatas in the morning.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Okay, so that's just my quick color from my snowman. Oops, I forgot my orange nose. So yeah, if you want to color your snowman ahead of time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple ovals and I'm going to put an oval on there. I am going to brush blend my oval first. Oh, I'm really going late tonight. You guys get me for longer. And I was worried that I wouldn't have enough to show you. I probably should never worry about that. So I'm going to take that. Actually, let me do another one. And this one I'm going to do not as much because this will be our inside words. Our inside words are going to attach onto our oval. Although I don't have my inside words with me. But with this stamp set from Impression Obsession, there's an inside word that says, "Baby, it's cold outside." So we're going to attach that. And then, oh, I had a couple pieces, a couple words. So let's go ahead and attach this. Now, you are going to see the adhesive through the back, but you can just take another oval and put it on the inside. So on the inside, I could take, and you don't really even, with this heavyweight vellum, you don't see the adhesive too much. I put 3 strips of adhesive on there. So if you wanted, you could put that in there, you know, put your saying here, and then you can put another one, which I don't have another white one. I have another light, oh yeah, I do, it's right here. Then you can write right here. So yeah, you put your saying right there, and then you could write right there, or you could put your saying here, and then you could write a message up there. So either way. But yeah, look at that. I used 3 strips of adhesive on there, and through the heavyweight vellum you did not see it. Which I did not know before we started this tonight, and we started playing with it a little bit. So sometimes that's just what you have to do, is you have to play with things to figure out what works. I just happen to play with things on camera in front of you all, so thank you for joining me for that.
If anybody wants a job at Costco, send Sarah a message and I'll send you some information. You can email Sarah, and boy, I would be happy to talk with you about that. It's really fun, and they are, for the most part, they're 6.5-hour shifts, and it's just a great way to get out and about. And I know not everybody has time. We have to work a minimum of 2 shifts a week here in Appleton, and one of them has to be a weekend day. But I don't know if all stores are like that or not. Actually, we don't work directly for Costco. We work for a company called CDS, which is Customer, I can't remember what it stands for. It's not even important. But C as in Charlie, D as in David, S as in samples.
Or Sarah, or Sue.
Or Sarah, or Sue, right.
Okay, so now, yeah, this piece I just happen to have laying around, so I'm just going to attach that right there. Again, I'm going to attach it with a piece of adhesive. It's not even cut the length of the vellum, but sometimes we just go for it. And then this little guy, I just
Ooh, what a
happen
cute
to have.
card.
Yeah. So hang on. It's
Customer, oh no, it's not, Melinda, it's not customer dining services, it's customer demonstration services.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm probably going to muck up my I Love Snow by... Oh, I must have had...
Actually, it's club demonstration services.
So yeah, I didn't know how this one was going to turn out. I just kind of semi had it planned. My snowman's a little crooked, which I probably should have just left him there. So yeah, there we go. And we can put a circle on the inside. Because yes, if I did put let's just grab a layering swatch, just so you can see. If I would put a layering swatch on the whole inside, you would see that through there. It would brighten it up a little bit, and maybe that's okay. It kind of looks like he's framed a little bit through there. So you could do that, or you could just leave it as vellum on the inside and place him, you know, kind of right lined up. I probably should have just left it the way it was. I probably had it lined up pretty good. So yeah, so there is our second vellum card for the night. I probably need some little gems right there, but for now we have our embossed vellum card, and then we also are dry embossed, and then we have our heat embossed. So thanks for joining me and staying with me later tonight. And we will see you next week, Thursday. Bye, guys.